Hello and welcome. You're watching the News Hour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. There will be one section of people extremely happy today, and those are children who wanted the Class 12 CBSE board exams cancelled, and that's exactly what happened after the third meeting held by the government and the second one chaired by the Prime Minister on the issue. A decision was taken to cancel the exams altogether. Now, there were four broad points that the government said which were considered before this decision was arrived at. One, the Prime Minister said in the meeting that health and safety of the students is of utmost importance and there should be no compromise on that aspect. The second point was that there's anxiety among students, parents and teachers, and that immediately must be put to an end. Third, that students should not be forced to appear for an exam when the situation is already very stressful. And the fourth point was that all stakeholders need to show sensitivity to the issue at hand and to the main stakeholders, which is the students themselves. Now, there were cheers, there was a lot of goodwill for this decision that has been taken. There were plenty of thanks given to the government, and perhaps that's the reason why that it took exactly 60 minutes for the fight to take credit to begin. Within an hour, the Congress had said that it is the voice of the people of India, that of Rahul Gandhi and of Priyanka Gandhi, that has forced the government to take this decision. Remember, yesterday, Mrs. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra had written a letter to the Union Education Minister, Ramesh Pokhriyal, saying that students should not be ignored at a time. There is a huge emotional, physical and mental cost that they will have to pay if they are forced to appear for the exam. So even in a situation like this, where it is the very life and safety of students which was at stake, is politics more important than ultimately the result that we have achieved?
कोई जोखिम ना उठाते हुए 12वीं की परीक्षा को रद्द किया है। इंटरनल असेसमेंट की आधार पे 11वीं और 12वीं दो जो पिछले दिनों में इंटरनल एग्जामिनेशन हुए हैं, उसकी असेसमेंट के आधार पे उनकी नतीजा आएगी। हायर एजुकेशन में उनको दाखिला देने के लिए पिछले साल जैसे सुविधा भी रहेगी, और आगे चल के जब परिस्थिति नॉर्मल होगा, कोई विद्यार्थी चाहे तो वो भी परीक्षा दे सकता है। इस प्रकार की एक समय रहते हुए प्रधानमंत्री जी की निर्णय देश अपेक्षा रखता था। आज ऐसे एक संवेदनशील निर्णय स्वयं प्रधानमंत्री जी ने लिया।
हमारे नेता राहुल जी, प्रियंका जी, जो निरंतर छात्रों की सुरक्षा को लेकर आवाज उठाते रहे, 12वीं की परीक्षा को रद्द करने के लिए हमारा साथ देते रहे, मैं उनका भी धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगा।
मुझे बहुत खुशी है इस बात की कि बच्चों के हित में फैसला लिया गया है, बच्चों को स्वास्थ्य को ध्यान में रखते हुए फैसला लिया गया है, क्योंकि देश भर के 1.5 करोड़ बच्चे इस बात से दुखी थे कि उनकी 12वीं की क्लास लगातार खिंचती जा रही है, वो ख़त्म होने का नाम नहीं ले रही। दूसरी तरफ उनके मन में ये भी था कि अब हम आगे की पढ़ाई कैसे करेंगे जब 12वीं ख़त्म नहीं होगी, और अगर परीक्षा देने के लिए बाध्य किया जाएगा तो उसका नुकसान ये है कि आज जिस तरह से देश में कोरोना बढ़ रहा है उसमें उनकी जान को खतरा था।
नमस्कार. सध्या कोरोनाची रुग्णसंख्या पाहता आणि आता दुसऱ्या लाटेमध्ये आणि तिसऱ्या लाटेमध्ये येणाऱ्या आपण पाहत आहोत की मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये मुलं सुद्धा यामध्ये जे आहे ते बाधित होत आहेत, आणि अशा परिस्थितीमध्ये आम्ही सातत्याने राज्य सरकारच्या वतीने केंद्राला ज्यावेळी आमची विनंती गेली होती त्यावेळी आम्ही अशी मागणी केली होती की सीबीएसईच्या परीक्षा ज्या 12वीच्या आहेत त्या संदर्भामध्ये नॉन एक्झामिनेशन रूट आपण पाहावा, त्यामध्ये काही एक सूत्रता आणता आली पाहिजे सगळ्या राज्यामध्ये, ही सुद्धा मागणी आम्ही त्यावेळेला केली होती। आणि त्याप्रमाणे केंद्र सरकारने आज जो आहे ते सीबीएसईच्या संदर्भामध्ये 12वीची परीक्षा रद्द करण्याचा जो निर्णय घेतलेला आहे त्या निर्णयाचं मी मनापासून स्वागत करते, कारण मला माहिती आहे ही परिस्थिती अशी असाधारण अशी परिस्थिती आहे, आणि ह्या परिस्थितीमध्ये विद्यार्थ्यांना दोहरी भूमिका लढावी लागत आहे, दोन ठिकाणी युद्ध लढावं लागत आहे। एका ठिकाणी पॅन्डेमिकशी ते लढत आहेत आणि दुसऱ्या ठिकाणी त्यांना त्यांचा अभ्यास सुद्धा लक्ष द्यावं लागत आहे, आणि त्यामुळे मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये ताण आणि तणावाचं वातावरण आहे। 12वीचं वर्ष हे प्रत्येक विद्यार्थ्याच्या जीवनामधलं जे असतं ते महत्वाचा टप्पा आहे। मी तर
You're watching the News Hour at 10. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
All right, joining us on the debate, and we just thought that some issues are going to be beyond debate, but apparently not. Aprajita Sarangi, MP and national spokesperson of the BJP, Sujata Paul, political analyst, Professor Manojit Mandal, member of the Trinamool Congress. Aprajita Sarangi, is this under the pressure of, let's say, all political parties, all the opposition parties, but the Congress in particular, because just yesterday, Mrs. Vadra had written to the Union Education Minister, and today comes this decision. Aprajita Sarangi, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you, yes. Yes, a very good evening.
Is this under pressure from the Congress? Because just yesterday, Mrs. Vadra had written to Mr. Pokhriyal, and today comes this decision.
I think Congress should get some occasion to feel happy. If they are happy, I think we are all happy. Let them be happy. Let them take the credit. But the story is that the Education Ministry had got in touch with all the state ministers, education ministers, the state secretaries and other stakeholders, and they had extensive consultations with their counterparts in the states. So the suggestions had come from them, and then there was a meeting chaired by Sri Rajnath Singh ji, where Mr. Pokhriyal was also present. They had also consulted the states. So I think there were 2 meetings with all the states and all the stakeholders. And today, the meeting before the Prime Minister was regarding the various suggestions that had been received. A couple of options were placed before the Prime Minister. And this was the best option because, this is a state of, I would say, stress for all the children and a very critical juncture we are in. So I think the best decision was to cancel the exam for the moment, but those who are good, those who are willing, those who want, those children can always take the exam at a later date, and there will be proper internal assessment as has been decided today. So I think it was a mixture of suggestions that we received from all over, and these were the best suggestions that came from the kitty.
Okay, very generous of you saying that it was everyone contributing, all stakeholders were consulted, and everyone's opinion was taken on board. I don't know about whether the Congress is happy or you are happy, but today is a rare occasion where Professor Manojit Mandal is happy and he is smiling on Times Now. Why are you happy, Professor Mandal?
No,
is it because it was your suggestion which forced the government to take this decision?
No, frankly speaking, Padmaja, if I speak on behalf of my party, the Bengal government has already decided to take the board exam. That's end of July. You see, we have already, announced the dates also. End of July, you'll have the Class 2 board exam, but in a very shredded manner. Only the core subjects will be examined, and that to 50% of the question paper will need to be answered. Suppose you need to answer 100, now you'll be answering only 50%, 50 marks. The examination will be of 1.5 hours only. I mean, that is the decision so far taken by the Bengal government, I tell you. I don't know what will happen after this decision taken by the central government, though I know for the fact that education is in the concurrent list and we are following a different model of examination and different board. But I would love to speak as an academic board rather than as a politician. In hindsight, I think this is a good decision. As an academic, I will tell you that this is certainly a good decision for the benefits of the students who are under tremendous anxiety and pressure for the many last few months, especially because they are not getting the vaccine. They will be again worried of going to the examination centers and taking them the examination physically. I think that's quite fine. But the problem is that how do you assess them? The internal tests are already taken. Look, I'm teaching in one of the elite institutions in the country, one of the best institutions in the country. How do we take the students in? Now when the case comes to take admission in, suppose my university, we'll have to rationalize their marks. And if the state boards are taking examination and giving 90+% marks, and these students, most of them are depending on the internal assessments and the pre-board exams, which I was hearing that, the marking is very, very strict, what will happen? How do you rationalize the marks for all the
Tell me this, Professor Mandal, at this point, isn't the safety of the students, those were all concerns that were expressed earlier in the meeting that the center also called, but in the end the decision taken was that safety above all else. In fact, now there are many other states also who are saying that our state board exams, in all likelihood, we are going to call off. Is West Bengal also going to consider that? Because in the end, safety above all.
West Bengal can't be the single state to be taking examination. I think if all the other states are cancelling the examination, I think Bengal government will certainly follow the suit. But that's a decision the government will have to take. But we had devised a means, and Mamta Ji had devised a means that straight away the examination could be taken. But now the decision is completely to the government. But the fact remains that ideally speaking, Padmaja, I come from a university, Shantiniketan, where Tagore did not study at all formally. So I love this kind of decisions. I mean, on the basis of internal assessments, our interactions with the students, teachers are the best judge of the students who are teaching. Mind you, not always who are actually examining their answer scripts as a result of 3 hours sitting. The teachers who are directly teaching them. That's an ideal situation that doesn't happen in this country because the world is highly competitive world. So they have to compete in a different market altogether. But ideally speaking, I love this kind of.
Well, I completely agree with you there. But like you said, it is an ideal situation. At the end of the day, we also are in a competitive world. So who is responsible? Because already we've got paeans being sung to the Congress High Command, to Mr. Gandhi, to Mrs. Vadra, Sujata Paul, even though actually the group of ministers was formed on the 22nd of May itself, much before the Congress General Secretary actually wrote her letter to the Education Minister.
Padmaja, this is a win for the children of this country, for the class 12 students, and I'm so proud of them. Look at the way they took it on, It's amazing to see the way the children were articulating themselves and putting forth their problems and their concerns. And it is our duty as a nation to come together when students are asking for something, because this country belongs to them. We are only custodians and we are going to pass this country on to them. And today I need to congratulate them for the manner in which they went about it and the way they approached everybody around the political class. Children were actually approaching everybody, like in Mrs. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's letter.
You call it a win for children, and yet the Delhi Congress doesn't even mention the children. Says thank you Priyanka Gandhi ji for your efforts and raising the voice of children.
I'll answer that.
So children are just the figure, the person who actually amplified was Mrs. Gandhi.
Priyanka Gandhi, you will notice that she has mentioned that I am putting forth and summarizing all the points that I've received from the children. So indirectly, it is a win for the children. No matter who we say goes the credit to, the credit will go to the children first and those who took this up, because the government did take a little time. In fact, it took too much of time because children were facing anxiety pangs. I am an educator and I know how difficult it was for children because they were in the state of flux and they didn't know what the decision would be. And today morning when we got to know that Dr. Nishank has been shifted to AIIMS, and I wish him well and I hope he gets well soon and comes back to us and gets back to work quickly. But we were all worried because we started getting messages from children.
You're saying the government. Okay, Aprajita Sarangi, even though the centre may have taken the decision now, but even then it was too late. And maybe if the Congress hadn't pushed enough, maybe it would have been delayed further. And of course, the Supreme Court also hearing. Aprajita Sarangi.
On April 14th, class 10th examination has been cancelled. We call that the date also. It was April 14, and that very day the government had said that they would be taking a decision on class 12th examination and they would be declaring it on 1st of June. That particular day. And let me tell you, this is a decision which impacts the lives of hundreds and thousands of students. It has to be a considered decision. And this is a federal structure that we are in. So we have to consult the states. Not only the states, we have to consult all the stakeholders. And that is what the government did. It's a very bold decision, I would say. It's a very considered decision. And it has taken into account the opinions and views of all people. all sections of people. I would say the parents have also been taken on board. The children have been listened to. The teaching community has been listened to. In fact, they have been also given a lot of
And
importance.
Sujata Paul, you
And of
might
course,
think the decision comes too late. By the way, the Rajasthan state is still to take a decision on their state board exams. So if you think that is late, maybe Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, which began their exams today, maybe the memo should go there as well.
I'll tell you what, what happens is when the center has to take a decision about the CBSE, like that today the SISK, that is the ISC board, has also taken a decision now. One does wait for what the center will do and then you follow suit. And I'm hoping that exams will be cancelled because that is going to be for the benefit of the students because their health and their circumstances must be considered. And what I'm trying to say is that everybody should have put this into process much earlier. The moment the second wave started, I think the ministers who were responsible for education, they should have started thinking, because this period of anxiety, believe you me, has been very difficult for children because it's been a state of flux, because there are lots of children from the elitist society who are appearing for exams abroad. There are children from the other kinds of backgrounds who do not know how to appear for the exam because they don't have phones. They are not able to attend classes. There are lots and lots of issues, and in fact even now the assessment is going to be a huge problem and we'll have to figure a way out. That hasn't been done as yet, and that is also a big worry for me.
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Since you spoke about what the manner of assessment is going to be, okay, Professor Mandal, yes, your final word, final comments.
There is a flip side also. I mean, there is also a sentiment that if the elections could be held in the country with such priority, why examinations are being cancelled. That flip side is also there. And the problem is that, Padmaja, I'll end with this, that we, the academics, are rarely consulted in such matters. It's only the politicians and now the courts. Courts have to come in to take the decision. We, the academics, are rarely consulted in such matters. That is, I think, one of the real troubles of this country as far as the education system is concerned.
And that's why we have you at 10 p.m. every day, because we love to listen to your words of wisdom. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you very much, both ladies. All right. Professor Manojit Mandal, on the very rare occasion that we've had such a mellow political debate, it's, I think, very true when they say that if there's one thing that everyone is sensitive about and gets very mellow about, it is about the children of our country. Let's hope that actually brings out that spirit of cooperation and federalism, and it stays. Thank you very much, both ladies and Professor Mandal, for having joined me on the debate.